Hello, welcome back to 3 ENET Plus Listening MOOC. Improve your listening skills through practice with your instructor, Professor Ghania Wahmi from University of Iran 2. So let's listen to this weather forecast video from WPTV, news to practice bottom-up listening strategies.
Well, let's talk, a little weather, kind of a drip this morning before that faucet just turns on.
Before the drop, right?
Oh my goodness.
Yes, it's going to be stormy this afternoon. And so, Ashley and Holiday, we have to talk about what the impacts are because we do have the severe threat, right? So let's go ahead and focus on these thunderstorm impacts. So any thunderstorm, of course, produces lightning, but for today, it is a high level, which means there's going to be a lot of lightning out there. So watch out for that. Also, flood threat in the orange. That also includes the wind, gusts, and hail. So flooding, wind, hail, also moderate between a higher level of moderate chance for that today. Now the tornado is not the highest threat, but I'm not going to rule out the fact that we could have an isolated tornado or funnel cloud or even water spouts out there. Again, that severe threat is marginal, which marginal is the lower tier of the levels that the Storm Prediction Center puts out. What it means is that there's an isolated chance for severe storms today. Now, with that said, we'll still have general widespread thunderstorms, and look at these rainfall totals by 8 o'clock today. This evening, we could pick up anywhere between 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. There's a bullseye near Indiantown of just over 2 inches of rain, and then we'll add to that tomorrow as well, which, by the way, tomorrow the rain gets started early. It has to do with a lot of things. We're dealing with 2 different fronts that are basically stalled across the south and southeast, and then also this area, this huge area of clouds you see there on satellite. Well, that is associated with a mid-level low, a trough of low pressure that is going to bring us this unstable air mass. So out ahead of that, we're going to have those scattered thunderstorms developing today, severe possible, and tomorrow again, there's a chance for severe storms. But as this low passes over Florida tomorrow morning, that's why we could be seeing those showers pop up as early as then. So here's a look for today. We're expecting, first of all, temperatures to stay in the low 80s because of the rain. The storm starting around 2 o'clock. Really, we could see a few isolated along the coast as early as noontime, but then it'll continue throughout the rest of the evening, becoming more widespread. Tuesday morning, we'll watch out for rain and storms, and then another round in the afternoon. Rain chance goes down only slightly by the end of the week as temperatures go up into the upper 80s.
After listening to this video, so this is an exercise, an activity that we gonna give you. So match the pictures that are here with the words below. You have rainy, windy, thunderstorm, dry, overcast, sunny, and weather forecast. So it's going to exercise the matching. Answer also the questions below after listening to the weather forecast in the previous video. How is it going to be this afternoon? Here you have the answers because we train you to use these strategies to capture the meanings. This is why you have here the answers, but in the activities that will be delivered for you in the session activities, things will be different. You will do the job yourself. Second question, what can happen during a thunderstorm? Third question, how is the lightning going to be this afternoon? Now the question, what do we call it when the water from the river overflows? What is the name of frozen rain? What will happen to the rain tomorrow? What is the huge area of clouds associated with? And the last question is, how is the weather going to be by the end of the week? Another activity based on true false questions can help you to train yourself to make some practice on these type of strategies. That lightning is going to be on low level, flooding and wind are going to be on a moderate level. That the forecast says that there will be hail today. There will be no tornadoes. The rain will start early tomorrow. The clouds are associated with the mid-level low pressure. There will be a chance of severe storms tomorrow. So you have to be careful here. What is important is the jargon The register is specific to forecast. And when you focus your listening on these points to get the answer, so you have to focus on the main words and vocabulary relevant to forecasts. Also, you have to practice these type of strategies with tongue twisters. Watch this video, then listen to me afterwards.
Betty Botter bought some butter. But she said, the butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. But a bit of better butter will make my batter better. So she bought a bit of butter, better than her bitter butter. And she put it in her batter. And the batter was not bitter. So 'twas better Betty Botter bought a bit of better butter.
Betty Botter bought some batter, but she said, the batter is bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. But a bit of bitter batter will make my batter better. So here in this type of exercises and activities, you can have many tasks. First task is to identify two-syllable pattern. Better with a, better. Better with a, better. And bitter, beta with b, with a range of vowels in the first syllable also. You can also test your abilities in terms of listening. The difficulty is in clearly and consistently distinguishing all the vowels. It's very difficult here when you listen to the original version in the video. So it's very difficult to distinguish all the vowels. For example, Betty butter. The first butter is with o, butter, butter, berry butter, but some butter. So here, there's another, in the second butter, there is another vowel, which is a. So butter, the first is o, and the last one is the v upside down. What we call the v upside down is butter. So, but she said the batters with the v upside down, the batter is beta, is bitter. In American English, if I put it in my batter with a, what we call in phonetics, the a of bed, better. It will make my batter bitter. My batter bitter with e, short e here. So you have to train yourself on the realization of the e here. It's not beta, because when you change the vowel in English, so you will get another meaning. So here it's bitter. It's not beta. It's bitter. Better bit, a better batter will make my batter better. The second part that you gonna listen to in the video, I will not practice it. You will do it for yourself. So there is an identification. We work on the identification of long vowel. There is only one long vowel, which is but. Oh, but in American English and in connected speech, so but a becomes bara, bara, bara. But a, for example, a batter, so but a batter. It becomes but a batter, bora batter. So you fuse but and a to realize it as batter, batter, batter. Okay? Let's do some practice with non-light verses. Here is a non-light verse. So try to make some applications of all the strategies that we have taught you along this part to realize this non-light verse. The non-light verse is a verse set for pedagogic reason. It means that to make you realize rhythm, or to identify stressed and unstressed syllables, or to test your rate of delivery, and so on and so forth. So, but when we apply these strategies, we start from the bottom to up. The real version is from up to down, but we try to reverse it here. So let's start from the bottom to move to the up. So this is the farmer sowing his corn that and the cock that crowed in the morn, that wakes the priest of Shivan shorn, that married the man of Tutton torn, that kissed the maiden of forlorn, that make the cow with the compass horn, that touched the dog, that kicked the cat, that weighed the rat, that ate them all, that lay in the house that Jack built. So let's do it now from the opposite way. So this is the house that Jack built. You start with this one. This is the house that Jack built. This is the mole that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the rat that ate the mole that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the cat that worried the rat that ate the mole that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the dog that kicked the cat that worried the rat that ate the mole that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the cow with the crumpled horn that touched the dog that kicked the cat that worried the rat that ate the mole that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the maiden of forlorn that makes the cow with the crumpled horn that touched the dog that kicked the cat that worried the rat that ate the mole that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the man of Shivan shore that kissed the maiden of forlorn that makes the cow with the crumpled horn that touched the dog that kicked the cat that worried the rat that ate the mole that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the man of Tutton torn that kissed the maiden of forlorn that makes the cow with the crumpled horn that touched the dog that kicked the cat that worried the rat that ate the mole that lay in the house that Jack built. We have repeated it on purpose. Then this is the priest of Shivan shore that married the man of Tutton torn that kissed the maiden of forlorn that makes the cow with the crumpled horn that touched the dog that kicked the cat that worried the rat that ate the mole that lay in the house that Jack built. And then you will have, this is the farmer sowing his corn that owned the cock in that crowd in the morn, that wakes the priest of Shivan shorn, that married the man at Tutton torn, that kissed the maiden of forlorn, that make the cow with crumpled horn, that touched the dog, that kicked the cat, that worried the rat, that ate the malt, that lay in the house that Jack built. So in these types of activities, so you have to make a lot of practice to realize it in appropriate way. So, and then you may practice here stress and stress syllables. So we look for stress syllables. So you have to identify monosyllabic, i.e. the words that contains only one syllable. You look for two-syllable words. So here the stress varies in English in this pattern. So you make practice according to the purposes of listening. What is your purpose? So you can make some practice identifying stress and unstressed syllables. You can try yourself on rhythm or intonation pattern, also for the rate of delivery either. So here it is based. This type of verses, maybe this verse is dedicated rather for the rate of delivery, speed, rate of delivery. Thank you for your attention. See you in the upcoming video.